Andrew Shea is a graphic designer, writer, and educator. He graduated from graphic design in 2010. He's currently the design director at the New York Academy of Art and also runs many multidisciplinary design studio based in New York. His work has been recognized in numerous publications, and he recently actually published Designing Social Change Strategies for Community-Based Graphic Design, which was published earlier this year. Also, he was recently selected to speak at TEDx Transmedia in Rome, which is hella impressive. So, Andrew, everyone.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to be going over, so we're going to be hearing a cat in a little bit. But I love cats, so I'm happy about that. Oh, that's not the right one. Okay, so as she mentioned, I was in the graphic design program, and I came into the program with kind of a different background. I was a political philosophy major and a writing major. So coming into the program, I wasn't sure what I was going to be doing, but I quickly found out that writing could be used in this program as well. Obviously, a lot of books come out of the graphic design program. So I cut my teeth by writing some journal articles. I first started writing an article for Designers Review of Books, and then started writing for Core 77. And I found I really liked it. It had been about 7 years since I had written. And this really gave me a venue for for a new thing to write. So I took to that pretty quickly. One of my biggest writing projects was, as mentioned, the book that I started here at Mica. It was a book that essentially allowed me to explore a topic that I didn't know that much about. And it gave me a chance to meet a lot of new designers from around the country. I actually probably talked to about 50 different designers from a variety of design fields, but it was really focused on trying to figure out how to work with communities more effectively. So I whittled down those 50 conversations into 20 case studies in the book, and those case studies included about 1,000 words for each project. I tried to find ways to create windows into the projects by giving this kind of information at the bottom of the pages and sort of bringing out other details. And it was a really fun process. The backbone of the book is 10 strategies that can help any designer who wants to work with the community organization or nonprofit or just with any group who's dealing with a serious social issue, some guidance. So there's 10 strategies. I was fortunate enough to have Ellen Lupton give me 10 illustrations to go along with each of them, or 10 illustrations total, which all include a little cute creature in them. And then there's also a chapter in the book about fundraising and funding these kinds of projects, because typically these projects are already underfunded, so we have to think more creatively about how to do that. So along with those interviews of the 50 people, I was also looking for ways that they had funded the project creatively. But I don't just do design at this point. I've been doing a lot of writing, but I'm sorry, I don't just do writing, but I also, as mentioned, I'm a design director at New York Academy of Art. Different master's program. It's actually was started by Andy Warhol back in '82, and the focus of the program is figurative art. So whether it's sculpture, drawing, or painting, or printmaking, it's really focused on how to do that more effectively and how to do that more perfectly. So there's a lot of like nude models walking around, which was new for me as a graphic designer. But it's a great place to work because I get really my hand is in most of the projects, whether it's I'm making an application for the admissions office or I'm doing branding for an exhibition. This happened at Sotheby's just about a month ago, and a lot of fundraisers happen like this, and so it's great to be part of a variety of different things that happen at the school. And since I'm essentially the only designer there, I not only get to design it, but I get to implement things. So instead of just designing a chalkboard poster, I was actually able to draw on the chalkboard and make it happen. So it's for that reason I really enjoy doing this kind of work. I also do, as mentioned, I have a small studio called Many, and I do projects through that studio as well. One of them was with the Children's Tumor Foundation. They help people who have neurofibromatosis. It's a neurological disease that affects, that creates tumors on the ends of nerves throughout the body. And they focus their research on science and sort of giving research and finding ways to bring funding to the issue and create a cure. But I wanted to create more of an awareness, a general awareness. So I was fortunate enough to win a grant from SAPI. They're a paper company, but they have grants every year. And the grant funded a project of 3 different parts, one of which was street signs. The street signs were close to a hospital, so it gave people an understanding of, the goal was to give an understanding of what neurofibromatosis is. It's also called NF, if you've heard that. So it was really fun working on this. It was kind of a solo project at first, but then for parts of it, I brought in different designers. Christina Beard, who was a graduate after me at Mica, helped me with this booklet, which is a 20-page booklet. They printed 5,000, and they're now being distributed around the country, which is awesome. And then there's a website which is being launched. It was actually launched, but officially will be launched in about a month. And I worked with a different graduate of the Mica program, Christian Bjornard, to implement this. So it gives people a chance to interact about what this disorder is and how they can sort of learn more about it. Next month, I'll be working with the Center for Urban Pedagogy, located in Brooklyn. And the project that I'll be working on has to do with banking and how to think about the complex public policy around banking and bringing more transparency to communities. So I'm really excited for this project. They're actually in the book as well. One of their projects is in the book. I come from a family of teachers, but I never wanted to teach until I came here, and I was like, well, design's kind of fun to teach. So I taught a couple classes here at Mica, and then when I moved to New York, I taught first at Fordham, and now I'm teaching at Parsons, which is great because they're allowing me to create new classes. I created one about my book, and next semester I'll be doing one about public policy. And there's my cat.
2 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, so the next semester I'm doing one about public policy. I'm be teaming up with the graduate department, and we'll be working as a team. So designers and people who only look at numbers and policy numbers all the time. So I'm really excited for that kind of collaboration. I think it's going to be really fun. And then lastly speaking, I've been fortunate to do a lot of critting and speaking, and one of which was at TEDx Transmedia. And that was terrifying at first, but it was really, really fun, and I met amazing people along the way. It was also in Rome and partially sponsored by Rome, so they had like the freshest prosciutto I've ever had in my life. It was really delicious. So great experience, and that just came about just by people who have read articles I had online, and the conversation starting and it leading to something more. So it was a really great thing to happen for me, and all these things started at Mica, I should add. So I obviously had a lot of interest in doing all these different things, which seemed different or disparate, but I had a lot of chance to grow here, and that was I can't thank Mica enough for that. So thanks.